Right now, this is my current work in progress. I'm currently doing a few renders right now for my dragon asset. I was able to get all his maps connected to their respective nodes and shaders. I already have a few shots. This is just an example of me currently rendering. I'm not sure if you need that. But I've included all these images together in a Photoshop file. And I'm going down the list right now just so you can see the completed renders. Obviously, I need to work on some lighting. It's a little dark. Here's some close-up of the scales and textures that I have put on there. Seeing a little grainy, I was able to fix a little bit by adjusting some of the bump node attributes. So I was able to get a little softer scales for this guy. See, it was getting a little bad, and then I was able to soften it up a little bit more. But the hands seem to get a little bit. So I mean, it's a work in progress. I'm finding out, how, to soften all that stuff up right now. Now it's just like tweaking it up to get it to a comfortable place. Here's a close up of the feet. Not too bad. I mean, a little grainy, but definitely taking it for what it's worth. It's a learning process, and for future models, I'm very confident that I can start making them look really good. So, I mean, I think this could use some improvements, but I am a little behind, so I'm just gonna keep moving forward with what I have. Then secondly, here's the UV layout for this guy. Here's the Maya file for him. I did change him a little bit from the first submission that I did. I put him in a T-pose now, and I organize the UVs according to how he would be laid out in real life, or in well, you know what I mean. And then, see, here's the image that I put together for the submission also. And then here's my concept. I'm sure you've seen it plenty of times. This is not my original concept. It was by an artist named Tooth Woo. You can find his ArtStation on all the links that I've provided for my assets. I have his link also provided. And then to complement the dragon, I'm here working on this this little boy. I'm working on texturing him and getting him squared away. I don't necessarily have the textures exported just yet. I'm still working on a few kinks with this guy. I'm going to obviously get some more fibers on the feathers and adjust some of this geometrical issues where it's not attached to anything and stuff like that. All that will be adjusted today, and it's no problem. I already have it in my head, or the workflow of how I'm going to go about it. Sandals still need a little work, but I was able to get some nice little textures on the pants. I got some skin textures for this little boy all over his body. Put a little shine and some scratches on his accessories there. Again, like I said, I want to fix some of the geometry here that's kind of like floating around. Before, I had these feathers were kind of a little jacked up, and I fixed those and then re-imported the mesh. And then also, I never posted my workflow with the feathers, but I had to go back and forth between them because before, I had the actual stem of the feathers and the fibers of the feathers all in one 0 to 1 space. And so the issue I was running into was the color of the stem was bleeding too easily onto the fibers, and it was just creating so many jagged lines and unclean definition. And so the workaround for that was taking all the stems UVs, putting them in one UV space, and then taking all the fibers and putting in their own UV space. That way I'm not mixing colors, and I was able to achieve this cleaner look than what I had before. I got the skull here, a few textures on there. It's not looking too bad. But yeah, so far I'm really loving all these little dudes coming out. going to be tacking on the nails. And yeah, hopefully by the end of this week we can have these guys rigged and posed and getting a few renders in with some more lighting and put them in their respective environments. So yeah, these are my current work in progress. The intent is to have some really nice renders by the end of this week, so then I can put a really nice portfolio or demo reel together. Thank you for watching. Until next time.